know. Were you expecting to mix it up a bit more?
I don't know whether it's $1 million. A couple people did it on Polymarket, and so expected Strickland to look as good as he did tonight.
You have obviously made the case for the Hamzat fight. I feel like in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see fucking two little go at it. You want to see a real fucking American, an American soil. This is a fight that needs to happen.
I know. There's no, like, what he says during media day.
But you guys don't help. Asking him dumb shit.
Dude, like, it's my job, I love it. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times I've been in that blue room where Fluffy is, my head down, having to go see my family and some piece of shit. You know, feeling like the biggest piece of shit. So, yeah, happy and sad at the same time.
The MMA world stood still. Sean Strickland, after a very public spat with his coach and a devastating title loss, didn't just win, he delivered a complete annihilation of Anthony Hernandez. This wasn't a comeback story, it was a brutal, undeniable declaration. Hernandez, riding an 8-fight win streak and widely tipped as the middleweight division's next big threat, was supposed to have his breakthrough moment. Instead, he was systematically dismantled, his career-defining fight turning into Strickland's personal message to everyone who doubted him. The talk of Tarzan slowing down, of his peak days being past, evaporated in a shocking display of controlled violence. It was a complete dismantling, far beyond anyone's expectations, leaving the entire community stunned and reevaluating everything they thought they knew about Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland entered this bout having dropped his title, following a public spat with his coach, Eric Nixick. The talk was building that maybe Tarzan was slowing down, right? That perhaps his peak days were past him. But I'll tell you, the MMA community wasn't simply responding to one fight this week. About Sean Strickland's complete annihilation of Anthony Hernandez. This wasn't a resurgence, this was a powerful message. Strickland arrived, fully focused, and provided a display which made it clear he's among the world's most dangerous middleweights. The discussion concerning vital contests underestimated what was truly seen. Just weeks before this fight, doubts swirled around Strickland. He had just lost his middleweight title to Dricus du Plessis and endured a very public, bitter fallout with his longtime coach, Eric Nixick. Nixick even suggested Strickland hadn't left it all in the octagon during that championship defense. The narrative was building that perhaps Strickland's intensity was waning, that his controversial antics were overshadowing his fighting prowess. But the truth revealed against Hernandez told a completely different, much darker story. Strickland was more focused, more dangerous than ever, ready to silence every single critic.
He's going to continue to be a friend of mine. Will he probably be in my corner? Probably not.
The fallout with Coach Nixick, a man Strickland has called a friend, was intense. Despite the public dispute and Nixick's candid comments, Strickland maintained a connection. He even admitted Nixick would likely not be in his corner for future bouts, acknowledging the professional separation while hinting at a continued personal bond, referring to them as brothers in the gut, thick skin. This personal turmoil could have shattered any other fighter's focus, but Strickland somehow channeled it into an even more lethal performance, transforming personal adversity into raw, unadulterated aggression inside the cage. As soon as you figured Sean couldn't get any more Sean, he's making waves with Khamzat Chimaev. Have you heard the stories concerning getting choked out in sparring? That's vintage Strickland. Always testing the limits, always running his mouth, always convinced he's could have their unique narratives. This part clearly shows Strickland's mind games.
Even outside the cage, this level of confidence.
Naming it delusion is just what. This is why he's so controversial, and candidly, why Hernandez's undoing was astonishing for those who misjudged his mental strength. Beyond the immediate drama, Strickland's mind games continued to make waves, especially concerning Khamzat Chimaev. Strickland has openly declared he believes he's the only one that can beat Khamzat, a bold claim given Chimaev's undefeated dominant record. This isn't just pre-fight hype, it's a deep-seated conviction that fuels Strickland's controversial persona. He consistently tests the limits, runs his mouth, and genuinely believes his unique narrative is the only one that matters. This audacious confidence, which many mistake for pure delusion, is precisely why his dismantling of Hernandez was so astonishing. And understand this, he is for real. Maintaining a streak in UFC middleweight, that's truly impressive. He's defeated major rivals like Roman Gallazzi and Brendan Allen. The announcer here notes his huge victories, and he's absolutely correct.
Roll getting better with every outing, looking like a real problem for.
At 185 pounds, he was clearly established as the coming major threat, making what Sean Strickland did to him far more stunning to the whole MMA world. This wasn't a low-importance fight for Hernandez. It was meant to be his breakthrough performance. Chimaev, however, has a counter-narrative, backed by his formidable Chechen Mafia team. Just days before the Hernandez fight, Chimaev reportedly told interviewers he had choked out Strickland multiple times during sparring sessions. This revelation, coming from Khamzat himself, adds a layer of intrigue and tension to their verbal sparring. While Strickland dismisses such claims, the fact that Chimaev's entire team of crazy talented Chechens looks up to him as their leader, actively training and preparing, highlights the very real, dangerous rivalry brewing, setting the stage for a potential blockbuster showdown. Past the jab, Strickland's teeps, and his unyielding forward drive are fight-finishing tactics. The analyst notes those front kicks to the body accrue, diminishing the rival's resolve and stamina. No showiness here, just brutal effectiveness. And crucially, unnoticed. Fluffy Hernandez's entire game.
Opponents to the mat. Strickland neutralized.
Unsuccessful takedowns played a major role in how Sean Strickland methodically demolished Anthony Hernandez. Before facing Strickland, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez was a legitimate, undisputed problem at 185 pounds. He was on an incredible 8-fight win streak, consistently improving with every outing. His last performance against Roman Dolidze was a brutal beatdown, stopping him in the 4th round after dominating him on the feet and on the ground. Hernandez had successfully defeated major rivals like Brendan Allen and Michel Pereira, accumulating a resume that few middleweights could match. He was clearly established as the division's coming major threat, making Strickland's performance against him all the more stunning.
What he wants to do in the sport.
And they had a bit of a public fallout, a bit of a dispute or whatever.
Hernandez's win streak wasn't just impressive, it was a gauntlet. The transcript lists a formidable array of opponents, including Roman Dolidze, Brendan Allen, Michel Pereira, Roman Kopylov, and Edmund Shahbazian. These are not soft opponents. They represent a significant challenge for anyone in the middleweight division. Hernandez had systematically dismantled each of them, showcasing a well-rounded game and a relentless pace. His ability to maintain such a streak in the UFC middleweight division truly solidified his status, making his complete collapse against Strickland a stark, shocking turn of events. What truly sets Strickland apart is his relentless, almost obsessive approach to training. He lives and breathes fighting, engaging in constant high-intensity sparring sessions. The stories are legendary, beating up streamers, knocking out sparring partners like Sneeko and Neon, whether at the PI or Syndicate MMA. This isn't just casual practice, it's a constant replication of real combat situations. He believes the best way to prepare for a fight to avoid getting tired is to fight and spar relentlessly. This hot, constant, relentless practice truly readied him for the same relentless pressure he applied to utterly defeat Hernandez. Strickland's career resume reads like a who's who of elite middleweights, showcasing a gauntlet of foes unlike almost anyone else's. He's faced Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, Jared Cannonier, Abus Magomedov, and Nassourdine Imavov, not to mention 2 battles with Dricus du Plessis and Paulo Costa. These are all high-stakes 5-round affairs, demonstrating his incredible cardio and mental fortitude. This relentless schedule against top-tier competition has forged him into a uniquely durable and experienced fighter, a stark contrast to many who pick and choose their battles. His primary weapon, often underestimated, is the jab. Simple, yet devastating in Strickland's hands, it's a low-risk, high-yield strike. He uses it to keep opponents at bay, constantly busting up their faces and setting the pace. It's a fundamental A to B movement, minimizing openings for counters while steadily accumulating damage. This methodical use of the jab allows him to walk opponents down, break them mentally and physically, eventually creating opportunities for more powerful combinations. It's a clinic in controlled aggression, wearing down rivals both in mind and body. The jab isn't just for points, it's a psychological weapon. As opponents get busted up, their noses bleeding, their vision impaired, Strickland starts to shift gears. The jab sets up the 1-2 combination, and when his foes begin to get rocked and wobbled, that's when the persona truly emerges. Only in those vulnerable moments does he unleash the bad man, screaming and fighting dick to dick, nipple to nipple as described. Otherwise, he remains incredibly cool, calm, collected, and composed, a stark contrast to his media day persona, revealing a deeply strategic fighter. Beyond the jab, Strickland effectively utilizes front kicks or T-pays to the midsection. This basic but damaging strike prevents opponents from advancing and constantly batters their bodies. Kicking with the ball of the foot right to the solar plexus, especially when opponents are breathing in, causes excruciating pain. These kicks accumulate, adding up throughout a 5-round fight, sapping stamina, making breathing difficult, and draining resolve. It's another example of his systematic violence, diminishing his rival's will to fight. Strickland's unyielding forward pressure is a critical component of his strategy. By constantly advancing, jabbing, and throwing tepes, he forces opponents like Hernandez onto the back foot. This control of the octagon's geography is paramount. Fluffy generally is a fighter who likes to go forward, get in his opponent's face, throw shots, and then initiate takedowns. Strickland's relentless march forward disrupts this rhythm, making it incredibly difficult for Fluffy to establish his preferred offensive flow and control the pace. A major key to Strickland's success against grapplers like Hernandez is his exceptional ability to get back up from takedowns. Fluffy loves to take people down, often letting them stand back up, but Strickland's quick, efficient stand-ups neutralize this aspect of his game. This skill stems directly from his constant rigorous training and sparring, making it look deceptively easy. His ability to instantly disengage and return to his feet means Fluffy expends energy for no reward, diminishing a core component of his game plan and ultimately allowing Strickland to maintain striking dominance. Despite his aggression, Strickland must remain wary of Fluffy's dangerous counterpunching and granite chin. Hernandez possesses a tremendous ability to stand and trade in the pocket, taking a shot and immediately firing back. Unlike many fighters who back away after getting hit, Fluffy stands his ground, seeing the exchange as an opportunity to land his own power. This resilience and counter-striking threat means Strickland cannot afford to be reckless, even with his calculated pressure, as one misstep could drastically change the momentum of the fight. The $1 million comment mentioned in the original transcript, likely referring to the high stakes or betting lines surrounding Strickland's performance, underscores the intense pressure and financial implications of this fight. For someone like Strickland, whose career has been a roller coaster of controversy and triumph, every fight carries immense weight. It highlights the financial backing and public interest in his unique, polarizing brand, further emphasizing that his performance against Hernandez was under the brightest spotlight, with huge implications for his future in the sport. The emotional toll of his journey was subtly acknowledged in a candid moment, referencing having been in a blue room with Fluff years in my head down, feeling like the biggest piece of stutter in the world, yet happy and sad simultaneously. This rare glimpse into Strickland's vulnerability reveals the deep emotional investment and psychological struggles behind his hardened exterior. It suggests that his public persona, while genuine in its controversial nature, also masks a complex inner world, driven by profound personal experiences and a relentless pursuit of validation. Even outside the cage, Strickland's antics continue to generate controversy. He's making waves with Khamzat Chimaev, constantly fanning the flames of their potential rivalry. Have you heard the stories concerning getting choked out in sparring? That's vintage Strickland, always testing the limits, always running his mouth, always convinced he could have their unique narratives. This part clearly shows Strickland's mind games, even outside the cage. This level of confidence, which many might call pure delusion, is precisely why Hernandez's undoing was so astonishing for those who misjudged his mental strength. The pre-camp activities of Khamzat Chimaev further escalate the narrative. While Strickland was busy dismantling Hernandez, Chimaev was already at Jackson Studios, not just training, but conducting a pre-camp. This isn't just casual gym time. It signifies a serious, early preparation phase, hinting at an imminent return to the octagon. This dedication, combined with his team of crazy talented Chechens, shows Khamzat is always operating at an elite level, constantly pushing for the next challenge, making the Strickland rivalry even more tantalizing. Hernandez's very violent performance against Roman Dolidze, where he put an absolute beatdown on him before the stoppage, was meant to be his launch pad. He beat Dolidze on the feet, took him down, let him up, almost choked him out, a truly dominant and terrifying display. This context is crucial because it highlights the caliber of opponent Strickland faced. Hernandez was not just winning, he was violently asserting his dominance, making the methodical destruction he suffered at Strickland's hands an even more profound statement from the former champion. Despite the intense professional rivalry and media narratives, Sean Strickland's coach Eric Nixick confirmed their relationship remains complex. While Nixick said he didn't feel Strickland left it all in the cage during his title fight, he continues to be a friend. This personal bond, even amidst professional disagreements and public fallout, reveals a deeper loyalty beyond the typical fighter-coach dynamic. It speaks volumes about the thick skin and unique respect within their complicated relationship, proving that not every separation ends in animosity. Strickland's clinic against Hernandez was not merely a win, it was a reaffirmation. He arrived fully focused, delivering a display that definitively clarified his position among the world's most dangerous middleweights. This performance wasn't about securing a title shot or moving up the rankings, it was about showing what he truly wanted to do in the sport. The discussion concerning pivotal contests utterly underestimated the true message. Sean Strickland is here to fight, to dominate, and to prove every single doubter wrong, no matter the personal cost. Ultimately, Sean Strickland's relentless dismantling of Anthony Hernandez sends a chilling message to the entire middleweight division. It proved that the controversial figure, the outspoken maverick, is still a force to be reckoned with, perhaps even more dangerous when fueled by doubt and personal conflict. This wasn't just another victory, it was a statement. The question now isn't if Strickland can contend for the title again, but who among the elite can possibly withstand this calculated, brutal evolution of Tarzan? The division has been warned, and the ramifications will be felt for years to come.